What's going on, everyone? Shadowhaunt Joker here, and today we have a profile video for Hybrid Green featuring the one and only JP.
Like, comment, and subscribe now.
First and foremost, with your Digitama, aka the Digi-Eggs, I run 3 Coromon. Special little thing here, when attacking, reveal the top card of your deck and place at the top or bottom of the deck your choice. With this deck, it's all about trying to hurry up, get the resources you need, and just keep on going with the field. The key is knowing exactly what you're getting. So 3 of these, you can run 4, but I stick to 3. And then I run 2. Paimon, can't go wrong. This one has a unique effect of, when attacking once per turn, if you attack an opponent's Digimon, trigger draw 1. So right there, getting yourself a little bit of resources. Now, we're going to go into the main deck itself. First and foremost, you need 4 JP. This tamer has a little unique effect. Of course, security, play this card without paying its memory cost. On your turn, when this tamer digivolves into a green Digimon, reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 1. You will notice an ongoing theme with most of the green Digimon that I use in this deck. Also, it has an inherent effect, piercing. See where I'm getting at? That's what makes JP very unique. Now, next tamers that I use is Izzy and Mimi. Start your turn. If your opponent has any suspended Digimon, you gain 2 memory. Alright, fairly simple. Also, security, play this card without paying its memory cost. No big deal. It also has this effect. Your turn. When you attack with a level 5 green Digimon, you may suspend this tamer and reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. You may digivolve 1 green level 6 Digimon card among them onto the attacking Digimon without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Now, there's going to be a lot more of this going on, as you will see. And then, of course, the one Mimi. Now, I know some people will say you need to run more, you need to run less. You know, like, don't run her at all. But she's basically a set tamer. Basically, if you have 2 or less memory, set the memory to 3. Alright. Main effect. If you have a level 5 or higher green Digimon in play, you can suspend this tamer to hatch 1 Digi-Egg if you have an empty space in your breeding area, or move 1 level 3 or higher Digimon from your breeding area into battle. Seems a little broken to me, but I know what you're thinking. How often are you going to do that? Well, in this deck, quite often. Now we're going to start with my option cards. I run 3 green memory boosts. Main effect, reveal top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 green Digimon card among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom in any order. And then you put this into the battle area. It's a delay effect. The effect is basically, while it's still on the field, at a certain point, trash this card, gain 2 memory. See? No big deal. But since memory is the game, you're getting more memory and paying less at the same time. I try to use that, play it at the start of the game, go mid-game with it. Then I run 1 Cyclone Kick. Unsuspend 1 of your Digimon to suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon. No biggie. It's a pay cost of 4, but it also has a security effect. Security effect, activate this card's main effect. So let's say opponent crashes into the security. They got some big bad Hex Blaumon. Spin. Go from there. But I know what you're saying. What about the other effects? What about... This actually has helped me out in more ways than one, other than just against Hex Blau. It's helped me against Yellow Hybrid. It's helped me against Red. And the 1 Dino Memory Boost. Security effect, place it in your battle area. no big deal. But it also has this. Main effect, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then place this card in the battle area. Gain 2 memory when you trash it. Now, the fun fact about that is a lot of people tell me, don't run down on memory boost. But, like I said, everything will be self-explanatory later. Now, we're going to start with the main deck. For your level 3s, I run 4 Pokemon. On play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with hybrid or 10 warriors and its traits, and 1 tamer among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Then, another effect once per turn, when one of your tamers digivolves, gain 2 memory. It's a standard for a hybrid, basically. Now, I run 2 Betamon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 green level 4 card or 1 green tamer card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. I run 2 of these, but I do have more in the sideboard, which I'll show later. Next, 3 Wormmon. The 4th one is in the sideboard, mainly because I had to make a little bit of room for something else. Its effect, on deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 level 4 or 5 card among them to your hand, place the remaining cards in any order. So far, so good, right? And now, 2 Terriermon. All turns, your opponent can gain memory except through tamer effects. That right there will actually benefit you more than anything. It's like, a lot of people in hybrid are going to run the memory boost, even though they say, no, they won't. Yes, they will. This will take care of that. Keeping them locked to only the tamer effects. Now for the level 4s. You got 2 blockers. I know, only 2. It's just that we're going to be focusing on hitting hard, hitting fast. These are like just in case something bad happens. But it's always nice to have a good blocker or 2 in the deck. Also, the 1 Kuwagamon. On play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Doesn't matter which. Then, of course, we're going into the big boy territory. 4 Metal Couple Terriermon, 4 Beetlemon. Now, you may digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your green tamers as if the tamer is a level 3 Digimon. When digivolving, reveal the top 5 cards from your deck, add 1 among them to your hand, if it's a hybrid and JP. So basically, you can get one of these, or any of your other hybrids, get a JP, add it to your hand, then the rest go at the bottom of the deck in any order. Thing is, this is a level 2. If you digivolve it on top of a JP, it automatically becomes a pay cost of 1. Follow it up, Metal Couple Terriermon. You may digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your green tamers with a digivolve memory cost of 2. So basically, it would become a 1. But since you're going to digivolve it onto a level 4, like your Beetlemon, it would just be a pay cost of 1. When digivolving, if a card with hybrid in its traits or JP in its Digimon Digivolution cards, so basically if it digivolves on a Beetlemon or a JP, you get this effect. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon level, with 6,000 DP or less. So, right then and there, you're going to be suspended. And what happens when you suspend? Let's see where we're going. Next, the 1 Stingmon. There's more in the sideboard. This is just for a quick access, because sometimes you might not get into certain things, might get that, but it's the other effect that really keeps me going. Your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, gain a memory. Since you're going to be suspended anyways, might as well get a quick little jab in. Plus, it's pay cost of 1 on a level 3 Digimon. Now for the level 5s. I run 2 Blossomon, but I do sub them out for something else in the sideboard later that makes a little bit more of a beatdown. This has a Digisorption -3. When one of your Digimon digivolves into this card from your hand, you may suspend one of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 3. So basically, it'd be a free drop. Followed by the 1, Grappliomon. When attacking, gain a memory. You're going to be doing that quite a bit. And 4 of my Rhino Kabuterimon. Now, when one of your Digimon with a Tamer card and its Digivolution cards digivolves into this card from the hand, reduce the memory cost of this Digivolution by 2. So, it'll go down, so on and so forth. If a card with Hybrid or Insectoid, when you're attacking, keep that in mind, in its traits, in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon can digivolve into a Digimon with Insectoid or Tin Warrior in its traits in your hand for a memory cost of 3. At a certain point, you might not need to worry about that because you have these. But if you don't have these, using that effect is a good key play. Oh, I guess you saw the final act of the show, but we'll get there in a moment. We also run 2 Ancient Troymons, which you can run 4 if you don't run 2 of the level 7s that I have in the deck. So you can basically put 2 more of these in. This has opponent's turn. When your opponent's Digimon attacks, suspend up to 2 of their Digimon without blocker. Now, on deletion, you may play 1 green level 4 or lower Digimon with Hybrid in its form from your hand without paying its memory cost. See where this is going? And also, it has that one little notion. Its name is 10 Warriors. What helps with 10 Warriors? Exactly. And the last, we will do 4 Ancient Beetlemons. This right here. Your turn. Once per turn, when one of your opponent's Digimon with 10 Warriors or Hybrid traits deletes an opponent's Digimon and battle and survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. It counts for itself, so it automatically will get that effect. And then, of course, on deletion, you may play 1 level 4 or lower card with Hybrid in its traits from your hand without paying its memory cost. Now keep in mind, you're doing all that in a bag of chips, and you have so many different options on how to do it. And lastly, I run 2 Suzanamon. Now, do you have to run them? No. This, on the other hand, it's self-explanatory why. You may play this card from your hand onto one of your Tamers if the Tamer, as a level 6 Digimon, by placing 10 Tamers and or cards with Hybrid in their traits from your hand and or trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Wow. So, just saying, that could be late game. It could be mid game. You never know. But you can pop this off. Security attack +2. Hey, I'll take it, wouldn't you? Hidden more security that way. Plus, delete one of your opponent's Digimon upon Digivolution. So, kill Huxablow, kill a Lord Nightmon, go on with the field. Possibilities are endless, right? Now, let's say you want to go sideboard. I got a couple of cards here that could actually help you.
This is another chance to subscribe. Do it now.
Welcome back. Now it's time for the sideboard portion. As you know, first and foremost, we'll have a Mimi in there. You can go 2, 3 more. Depends on your preference. Me, just the 1. Kuwagamon. Self-explanatory what it does. Followed by a Tyrannomon. When digivolving, reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 level 5 Digimon and 1 green Tamer card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Can't go wrong. Now, the next one, 2 Stingmon. Because you might just want to go in, go hard or go home, right? There's the Wormmon. 2 Blasted Disasters. This card's main effect is suspend all your opponent's Digimon, then gain 1 memory for each of your opponent's suspended Digimon. Good mid to late game, depending on what you're playing up against. Any rookie rushes, there you go. And it also has a security effect of suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Now, I'm only going to put in 2 in my sideboard, no more. You can put less, but you don't need any more. Then, another Dino Memory Boost. Self-explanatory. But you don't want to go full memory boost in the deck. It's just that this also has a nice little effect of suspending a Digimon. And, of course, a Betamon. Now, if you don't want these options, here's a couple of other options that you can switch out for. You could go for Electroshocker. Basically, with this, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the owner's hand, trash all the Digivolution cards of that Digimon. Plus, with the security effect of activating its main effect, there you go there. Metal Tyrannomon, mainly because of its other effect of when this Digimon deletes one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon in battle, unsuspend that Digimon. And it's not a once per turn effect. So if they got a couple of level 6s, pop, pop, pop. As long as you have a level 6 on top of this, Digivolving into it, there you go. Argomon level 6. First of all, Digisorption -2. Then, of course, there's the when Digivolving, suspend all your opponent's Tamers, and on all turns, your opponent Tamers don't unsuspend. Nice little way to keep them at bay with that. Then there's the 2 Thunder Lasers. Basically, from security, it's added to hand. If you have a Digimon with Hybrid or 10 Warriors and its traits in play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Need I say more? Now, last one I will deal with is the Cyclonic Kick. Unsuspend one of your Digimon and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. See, all these would be good options in Digimon to run. Now, for the next little part that I'd like to call, what sort of boards to build into? Now, first and foremost, you want to get that JP. Now, main thing to do with a JP, have a Pokemon already on the field. Go into the Beetlemon. Beetlemon will then go into Metal Kabuterimon. Metal Kabuterimon into the Rhino Kabuterimon. Thing is, when Digivolving with that, you already know, hit a 6,000 DP or less if need be. With the Rhino Kabuterimon, you swing, and then you have the option of mainly going into the Ancient Beetlemon, or you can go into your Ancient Troymon. Now, with that being said, you have Pierce, and if you delete a Digimon, you can send it. The top card from the security stack into the grave. That's what you want. Plus, you're still keeping up with everything else that you got on the field. Now, if you don't want to do it that way, that's where having the Izzy and Mimi come into play. Another option that you can do, with JP of course, late game going into the Susanamon. Having a Susanamon and an Ancient Beetlemon on the field, it's pretty good. The main thing about it is, with this, you trash one for deleting a Digimon, then you do the Pierce, so that's 2 off the security stack there, and Susanamon to mop the rest. Having Pokemon just do a swing for game is basically up to you. Now, one of the other things that you would probably want to try to work on will be, of course, dropping out the Izzy, or just having the Pokemon play in effect, and rather go for your other Digimon of Ancient. Go for the Ancient Troy. If the opponent is constantly going into other Digimon to try to attack, like Ricky Rush, use the effect. Suspend 2, suspend 2. It's not a once per turn effect, so you can keep doing this. Keeping them suspended, then later on, let's say you actually did side in the Blasted Disaster. Play that, gain all the memory, go into the Susano. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing this new deck, this variation of green hybrid that I've came up with, and hope to hear from you and see you next time.